hot day today. I was really disappointed when, if you take notice of with the degradation of society and pretty much everyone hates everyone for some reason, in some way, shape, or form, because, like, say with the abortion issue, deleting children in the womb is very divisive. The women on this side, the men, and some politicians, some rhinos might be on the other side, and the Christians are on that side as well, but there are some Christians on this side or right there in the middle, and it's real confusing. So, and then there's the male to female transgender issue, and men. So there aren't any women. I've looked. There aren't any men. There aren't any women, but there are all men involved with women's sports, and they're trashing women's sports and winning all the competitions and the medals and the prizes and whatnot. And somehow, remarkably, there are these high school girls talking out about it, speaking out against it, and their voices are being shunned, such as Matt Walsh documentary. He uncovers all of this. But not to make this video too long, read Romans chapter 12. Romans chapter 12 is speaking about, in particular, I really love that chapter. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read it and reread it some more, because it's going out about how, verse 18 in particular is what I wanted to get at. However you can, whatever is possible, live peaceably among all men. I made a video, or I scrapped it already because I wanted to redo it. It's about with this divide, this great divide, a schism of what, if you will, in the United States and Western society, is everyone hates everyone for something, and everyone is triggered by everyone because of something. People cannot live peaceably among one another. Instead, people are looking for the little small groups, splinter groups, to join one another, a la Romans 1:32, chapter 1 verse 32, because they want to find this. They want to try and be all inclusive of everyone except males, except men, except heterosexuals, except Christians. Be all inclusive of everyone else who obviously sides with them, and accept conservatives. So that's what they do. That's what this country is being divided into. I'm not going to go as far as say on an extreme level there would be another civil war. No. But it's very interesting just to see all of this, what's going on, and to just watch the world burn, really. Watch society burn. And just say, like, man, I'm so disappointed. But if you've been reading, you're an avid reader of Scripture, you will understand and know that even Messiah Yeshua, pointed out that the majority of this world, even think of going back to the doctrine of the remnant, Leviticus chapter 19, the gleanings in the corners of the field, the majority of this world is not going to be legit, saved, Bible-believing, scriptural-based, moral. A person once said at a home-based fellowship, and when I was in Hawaii, is just because you're saved, you cannot act like everyone else is. And I took that, and some 20 years later, just about almost 20 years later, I still remember it, and I believe it, and I hold to it. This world wants society. When I use the word world has three connotations. In this wise, I'm mentioning society. The world, society wants. They clamor and they beg for universalism. People believe in universalism strongly. Taking, for example, the Catholic Church is talking about. Even the Pope came out recently, years ago, talking about how atheists can still get in, Muslims can still get in. Will still be welcome. Say good, well done, thou good and faithful servant, to Muslims, to atheists, to Buddhists, and everything. And they got that the mega pastors like Joel Osteen is unwilling to give a clear, defining, thick line demarcation about the Hindi on a Larry King Live interview. He's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Every time he's asked the question, I don't know. A hard line. You got to take a hard line stance on Scripture, demonstrative stance on Scripture, on not who I think based on my opinion, but who I believe based upon Scripture, based upon the word of Yahuwah, who He will accept. And this hatred, I was looking at a recent video by another YouTuber, hatred towards Clarence Thomas because he is a member of the Supreme Court, by man, I forget his name, escapes me, but a former basketball player, former NBA player, was saying, oh, well, Clarence Thomas is a black man, and insinuating because he's a black man, he should like basketball, he should be attending our games, and because he's a black man, he should be voting for, quote unquote, women's rights. Women having a right to choose what they want to do with their body, even though it's another body, it's an entirely different body inside of their body, and they are creating a life. In this sense, they're creating a life, and just that, as well as many other issues in this world, has caused so much drama. World being society has caused so much drama that there is so much ugliness. You just think like, Adonai, is now the time that you will return? That you will make your triumphal entry, but your return to this world to permanently cleanse and make that separation between the sheep and the goats. There's so much ugliness in this world. I mean, this one person was blatantly being bigoted and hatred and racist towards Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice, because he does not have the same political leanings as that guy, as that former NBA player. He's not on the quote unquote Democrat plantation. He's not doing what he should be doing because of the color of his skin. No, we can't have our own voice. The T's, the transition people, the homosexuals. At one time, even in the feminists, at one time, these people just wanted to be left alone. They're like, oh yeah, I'm with that. I'll leave you alone. I might throw some scriptures at you, but if it turns out to be, just not more than pearls before swine, then I'm not going to keep talking. Quality time with quality people. I will. But if people want to just be left alone, I'll leave them alone. I'm not going to be that Bible thumper like people like portray. Oh man, you're thumping the Bible. But now look at this. You went through plan A and just wanted to be left alone and want to be coddled and want to be treated like nice and such. Okay, I did that. But now plan B, aka echoing the plan A, plan B illustration from the Fuel Project. Check them out, by the way. Excellent. Now plan B, you're using force. This is how they describe the Muslims. The Fuel Project described the Muslims, how the Muslims, at first Muhammad, and when he was on the comeuppance, he was he went through the 360 gods and only chose this one, Allah, this one idol to worship, and was going around saying, hey, this is the one true God, the monotheist. Everyone worshipped all throughout the Arabian Peninsula, and people were hating on them, and they hated them for it, and they were fighting them and all this. But nowadays, well, not nowadays, but in Plan B, now that he gained power, political power and influence, now he was forcing conversion on the Arabian Peninsula and all throughout the Middle East, which included Roman Catholics, Christians, Jews. And so that's Plan A, Plan B. Even there's an earlier video in the Fuel Project series, Know Your Religion. Know Your Enemy. and it was talking about Jezebel, the spirit of Jezebel. First, Jezebel is going to be nice and come to you sensual and appear either helpless or weak. But then plan B, when Jezebel receives some kind of power and influence, is going to be using force to convert people. And it's the same thing nowadays. It's just plan A, plan B. Recognize it. Plan A, plan B. At first, people on the left, they just wanted to come across as, hey, we're just like you. We're just, sensible people. We want to be treated fairly. And that's what we did. That's what the majority of those on the right, the conservatives, they understood. They understood with them. But now, you're using force. First, you're forcing it down our throats in our television or our movies, or such things like that, or music. But also now, you're targeting our children in public schools, impressionable children who don't really know any better. Just to be honest, they don't really know any better because they still think about Santa Claus and Easter money. And now you're forcing it on our children. So now all of this hatred once was plan A, now it's plan B. And what should I be doing? What should sensible human beings, conservative, Christian, sure, heterosexual, what should we be doing? How should we be interpreting all of this stuff? I see the world, society, falling off a cliff because they have made it so nasty that we cannot live peaceably with certain, because they don't want to live peaceably with us. We try to, yes, but we try to live peaceably with them. We should just ghost certain people, I guess. Be totally like treat them like they're not even there. No, because they're still going to make their influence. They're still going to make their impact on us, on the heterosexuals, the conservatives, Christians, and they're still going to be forcing their views on our children. What should we be doing? And the former NBA player, he just started dogging out Clarence Thomas for the Supreme Court justice, and this is happening all over. Celebrities trashing other celebrities for not being far left enough. It might be in the middle, like a Bill Maher, might be in the middle, or still kind of leaning left, but he's not left enough. He's not an extremist. He's not like a Whoopi Goldberg. He's not like The View or something. He's not like a Megan Rapinoe, just wild. So what should we do? We pray. Now, one of the more recent videos I've had is we must return to the book. And even in response to what's going on, what happened in Uvalde, Texas, is we must return to the book. We must pray. Pray for the conversion in those people, but also pray for the soon return of Adonai, our master, Yahusha. Because if you think this is going to get better, it might be the calm before the storm here and there, little pockets of comfort, of comfort in times where, everything's good. Everyone's peacefully with one another again. But how long will that last? In the meantime, brothers and sisters, brethren of the cloth, hopefully you carry this doctrine, be a Godspeed with one another. Is reach out to those, be a missionary, do the work of an evangelist, reach one, teach one. That's all I have to say. Reach one, teach one. Until next time.